flocking to the Manila North Cemetery after its closure over the weekend due to paeng. The city government announced the closure of public cemeteries in Manila after signal number 2 was raised in the capital region. Several areas in Metro Manila experienced floods due to strong winds and heavy rains from paeng. Authorities are reminding visitors that alcoholic drinks, flammable materials, sharp objects, and sound systems are not allowed inside the cemetery. A no mask, no entry policy will also be strictly implemented. The Manila North Cemetery will be open from 5 a.m. to 5 p.m. until All Souls Day on November 2.
Pwede po silang magdala ng pagkain pero nakikiusap po sana ang pamunuan ng Manila North magdala po sila ng kanilang mga trash bag at pakilagay na lang po sa mga trash bin natin na nakakalat din po sa loob para.
And some residents of Bayambang, Pangasinan were forced to cross the Agno River by themselves after paeng forced suspensions on boat trips on Saturday. Josh Camo with the report.
Despite pouring rain, Mario opted to cross this river that rose up to his neck. He said he has some matters to attend to for one of his relatives.
Tinawid ko po kasi ay asawa niya nanganak po. Tapos yung papel kailangan po. Kaya tinawid ko lang po para makuha yung papel para mailabas na yung bata siguro makauwi.
Mario is just one of many residents who had to resort to crossing the river with the Carlos Romulo Bridge still out of commission. The bridge collapsed last October 20 due to overloading. Others like Receta chose to cross the river just to visit deceased loved ones. Tropical storm paeng has since affected the travel plans of many this undas.
Tradisyon namin kasi sir na puntahan ng mga yumaong pamilya namin. Ngayon, schedule by schedule ngayon.
Instead of taking the long route, Criseta opted to traverse the river despite the danger involved.
Siyempre takot sir. Ang liit pa naman yung kaya apat-apat lang nila. Parang lulubog kung iniisip mo. 2 oras. Malayo pa yung sa amin sir, malayo pa. Tapos tatawid na naman dito mamamasay papuntang sementeryo.
As an alternative to the bridge, the Bayambang MDRRMO has offered free boat rides to and from Tarlac. But because of then severe tropical storm paeng, authorities were forced to suspend it.
Sinuspend natin yung pagta-transport ngayon dito sa Agno River dahil nga unang-una is signal number 2 na tayo. Pangalawa, nararamdaman na natin ang bagyong paeng.
The Bayambang LGU has also offered free land transportation. Authorities are also on standby in case of any emergency in San Vicente.
Pagka nagkaroon po tayo ng emergency, meron na po tayo naka-preposition na sasakyan doon sa kabilang barangay sa San Vicente. At any medical emergencies po ay itatakbo po nila yan doon sa ating katabing bayan, which is the Kamiling District Hospital. So wala naman hong problema doon.
For News 5, Josh Camo, We Are One News.
One News Now will be back with more stories after this quick break. Keep it here. You're still watching One News Now. I'm Sean Yao. President Bongbong Marcos is in Cavite to distribute relief goods in Noveleta after the onslaught of Tropical Storm Paeng. The president personally inspected the situation over at the town, which was heavily flooded over the weekend. The chief executive also vowed to provide assistance to Caviteños that were affected by Paeng. At least 3 died in Noveleta, while 80% of the town was affected.
Titiyakin natin na meron kayong sapat na sa lahat ng inyong pangangailangan hanggat makabalik na nga kayo sa inyong mga lugar. We will take charge here and then make sure na okay kayong lahat.
Severe tropical storm Paeng is expected to exit the Philippine area of responsibility today. Pag-asa last tracked its center to some 375 kilometers west of Dagupan City in Pangasinan. Signal number 1 is still up over Ilocos Sur, La Union, Pangasinan, Abra, Benguet, and portions of Ilocos Norte and Pampanga. Tarlac, Zambales, and parts of the Mountain Province, Ifugao, Nueva Vizcaya, Nueva Ecija, and Bataan are under signal number 1 as well. Meanwhile, Tropical Depression Queenie has intensified into a tropical storm after entering the PAR this morning. It is expected to start bringing rains over eastern Visayas, Caraga, and the Bicol region on Wednesday. In other news, the second autopsy on one of the alleged middlemen in Percy Lapid's murder has indicated possible foul play. Marlene Alcaide with the report.
History of asphyxia by plastic bag suffocation. This was the result of the second autopsy on Jun Villamor, one of the alleged middlemen in Percy Lapid's murder. The re-examination was conducted by forensic expert Dr. Raquel Fortun.
There is information that he expressed fear for his life shortly before his demise, suffocation by means of a plastic bag over his head. The autopsy findings showed
It also showed no gross morphologic cause of death consistent with the reported asphyxia. With this, Fortun said Villamor could have died of homicide.
so I had to consider that. So I was about to write as manner of death, probable homicide. However, again, additional information was that there's an account of someone now explaining how he died.
Recall that the Investigation Bureau found no external physical injuries in the initial autopsy. Despite this, Remulla dismissed claims that there is a discrepancy between the 2 autopsies conducted.
There's nothing inconsistent with the findings of Dr. Fortun or the NBI on this matter. I believe, wala naman, no inconsistency, because not being apparent doesn't mean it didn't happen.
Meanwhile, the second autopsy revealed that there were traces of methamphetamine in Villamor's urine.
Rumors na meron talagang shabu sa loob ng bilibid, I think, is confirmed by the fact that the person who died had shabu or methamphetamine in his system. I think it's a very important finding that was not present in the first report.
Remulla said the investigation is now in the final phase, with charges expected to be filed this week. For News 5, Marlene Alcaide, we are One News.
For more updates, visit News 5, The Philippine Star, and Business World online. Visit our website, onenews.ph, for more in-depth analysis. You can also catch One News on Signal Play. Make a free account at www.signalplay.com and stream One News live anytime, anywhere. I am Sean Yao. We are One News.